YT on it terrorism.
Good
You aren't
morning,
exempt from
beautiful,
other
brilliant Black
YTs.
women. I hope that you are doing well and that you are pursuing fun and happiness, and you're holding yourselves, your daughters, your granddaughters, nieces, and goddess daughters uplifted, held sacred, and protected. Girl, trigger warning because I've been thinking. Okay, I've been thinking about how to present this. So we have what's going on in Florida and Texas and all these things, and Black women are sitting back, which I love, going, that sounds like a you fucking problem. No, but they're talking about Black people. They're talking about um, white women's wombs and marching solidarity with us and all this other shit. What? Where were you? Okay, I know where you were. Torturing Black women and Black girls, bitches. So, to white women, hell to the nah, bitch. Oh well. Anyway, guess what? You thought you were exempt. So let me tell us something, Black women. These white women thought they was exempt, but let me tell us something, Black women. Let me share some history with you. White people really have a fear that it will be Black people who come up and do the same type of sick shit, kidnap their children. Girl, we ain't trying to kidnap nobody's kids. For what? Because we have to feed them and clothe them and love upon them and shit. Oh, but I know what that, for white people, they don't care about their kids. So, I digress. Okay. So, they have this fear that we're going to do the same sick, horrendous type of chattel enslavement to them that was done to us. Okay? And we are still carrying the weight of what they did to us. So, I got news for white people. Oh, you're going to get all of that. Mm-hmm. You're going to be one whole breeding farm here in the United States, white women. And sadly, your daughters too, right? Because that's what you did before you came to the United States. I want y'all to think about this. I won't even go that far back. The Spanish Inquisition was true, in part, trying to get rid of Jewish people and Moors, right? They wanted to hide the fact that it was Black people who built their beautiful spaces and who helped them to become the world power that they were at the time. This is the late 1400s they started the Inquisition, which turned into torturing people because in the end they just said no to you, or they just decided they weren't going to change their religion for you or do whatever dumb shit you told them to do. So they came up with shit like, well, they had it anyway. The Iron Maiden, putting iron collars around people's necks. They did take it up quite a bit when it came to our bodies, because they would put bits in our mouth, especially if we were working on sugar cane, and those bits were metal. The metal part here, but the part that covered the face would also generally be metal. And usually a Black person, because Black women work those same fields as well, usually they would die between 6 and 8 weeks. That's why they were constantly going or doing that triangular kidnapping of slaves in Africa, bringing them to the Caribbean, and then that was really the slave making grounds, but it was also the space where there was a lot more it was a lot more tropical, so you could grow things like sugar, right, rapidly. Well, guess what, white walkers, white bitches, whatever you, it's your turn. And it's not because black women are going to do that to you, because actually we're very much more high evolved than you. We actually feel for other people even when they declare war on us. Okay? But the white person sitting next to you, white bitch, that bitch is suspect. She's suspect. It was y'all who decided to get rid of Roe versus Wade. You voted for it in such high numbers, white bitches. You did that shit. And now you are getting ready to experience, or shall I say re-experience, the breeding farms you were already doing in Europe. That's why you were able to do it here when you enslaved us as black women. The same shit, it wasn't just a fear that you were going crazy over in Europe before you came to the United States, right? So we talking about up to the 1500s before you came here. Y'all did to each other all types of torture and heinous shit. Same types of shit you did to us, you had already done to yourselves over and over. And that's why if you go back and you look at in time spans like the Spanish Inquisition, which ended up going throughout Europe, they were torturing people because they would not, like, say if you were Jewish or more or whatever, they would not accept the Catholic religion. So you were termed a heretic. They will put you through all these tortures. They put you on the rack. They put you in an Iron Maiden. I'm not going to explain what those things are. Please go look them up. And like I said, put bits in your mouth, all of these things as they stretched you out and tortured you. And they would open you up in a public square, or they would set up a pyre in a public square and have men, women, and children there watching you burn alive. Now, doesn't that sound familiar to lynching? And guess what? Guess what? They're doing it to you again, white people. Your own white people are doing it to you again. See, you were dying out in Europe. The infusion of learning how to take a fucking bath so you didn't have diseases from us, right? We taught you how to bathe, so that, and to not bathe in the same water, for instance, that you drank from, you nasty motherfuckers. Okay? The same herbal medicines we brought and the Native Americans already had, those same things boosted you. And the project was to have more white people because you were dying out of famine and disease amongst your own selves. Not to mention you were just a murderous, violent ass, thieving ass, lying ass motherfuckers. Okay? And what's happening today right here in these United States to you and y'all wombs is y'all not being exempt from your own motherfucking terroristic behaviors. Now chew on that.